The Northern Light Webcasting Network along with NLWN2 presents Cowboy Kickoff with a look at today's Eau Claire Cowboy football game. And now, Cowboy Kickoff.
Hello and welcome to Cowboy Kickoff. Rick Olson here in the NLWN2 studio, and we're getting ready to bring you Eau Claire Cowboy football. Today, the Cowboys will open their 2023 home season as they take on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Simpson Field on the UW-Eau Claire campus. The Cowboys are looking to bounce back after their 30-12 loss to the River City Rough Riders last weekend, while the Bandits are looking to build upon their 32-24 win over the Midwestern Wildcats. Now, coming up in this edition of Cowboy Kickoff, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cowboys and the Bandits. Then we'll get the coach's perspective on today's game in Coach's Corner. Then we'll send it out to Simpson Field, where our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Cowboy Kickoff on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Welcome back to Cowboy Kickoff. Today, the Eau Claire Cowboys will take on the Central Wisconsin Bandits, who hail from Merrill, Wisconsin. The Cowboys come into today's game with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss following their 30-12 loss to the River City Rough Riders last weekend in a game that was much closer than the score indicates. In that game, the Cowboys struggled to get the offense going. They were held to 238 total yards, with the passing of Andrew Barnes leading the way with 191 yards passing. 113 of those yards came on 2 long touchdown passes. The first was a 49-yard strike to Jordan Fonz.
Barnes, long count. Split backs. Barnes drops back to throw, fires over the middle. Nice pass. And he's gone. 20-10 touchdown. Cowboys. That's Jordan Fonz.
The second came on a 64-yard pass and run to Kari Dorsey, who took it to the house.
Takes it, drops back, is going to throw it along the near side, and
it is
by Dorsey, and he's off to the races in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
What the Cowboys could muster for a running attack was led by UJ Wilkerson, who picked up 32 yards on 11 carries. The Cowboys defense put up a stiff front against the Rough Riders, but they had their backs to the wall much of the game due to numerous penalties against the Cowboy offense. That said, this game was still a one-score game well into the fourth quarter. Now, the 1-2 Central Wisconsin Bandits are coming off a 32-24 victory over the Midwestern Wildcats. Leading the way through the air for the Bandits is quarterback Austin Levine, who has hit on 14 of 27 pass attempts for 68 yards with no touchdowns or interceptions for a passer rating of 57.8. Levine's favorite target is Omaron Banks, who has 3 receptions for 31 yards. On the ground, they're led by Banks, who has carried the ball 4 times for 24 yards, along with Kendrick Samuels, who has 6 carries for only 2 yards. On defense, the Bandits are led by defensive back Caleb Hart, who has 8 total tackles, along with 2 interceptions. He's followed by Jacob Waltemate and Travis Gleason, who each have accounted for 7 tackles. Gleason has also picked off 4 passes. After 3 weeks, the Cowboys are being led through the air by Andrew Barnes, who has completed 20 of 47 pass attempts for 440 yards and 7 touchdowns with 1 interception for a passer rating of 107.3. Barnes' favorite target has been Jordan Fonz, who has caught 9 passes for 220 yards and 3 touchdowns. And don't forget about Kari Dorsey, as all he does is catch touchdown passes. On the season, he has 3 catches for 103 yards and 3 touchdowns. On the ground, the Cowboys are being led by Jordan Renault, who's carried the ball 23 times for 125 yards and a touchdown. He's followed by UJ Wilkerson, who has 25 carries for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns, as well as Anthony Marquardt, who's rushed 27 times for 85 yards and a touchdown. Now, although last week's game was a loss, the Cowboys feel as though they played neck and neck with a nationally ranked team until well into the fourth quarter, and it was the Cowboys' mistakes rather than the Rough Rider skill that cost them the game. Now, they look to clean up those mistakes this week. So after 3 games, the Cowboys are scoring an average of 36 points per game, while the Bandits are scoring nearly 11. The Cowboys are giving up only 10 points per game, while the Bandits are allowing over 49. Now, coming up next on Cowboy Kickoff, I caught up with the Cowboy coaching staff and had a chance to talk about today's game. That's coming up on Coach's Corner as you're tuned to Cowboy Kickoff on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood. Time now for Coach's Corner, with a look at today's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Again, we're talking with Coach Fred Hoversholm on Coach's Corner. And Coach, before we get into anything, how are you doing after taking that hit on the sidelines last week?
Oh, pretty sore, Rick. Had a few things that are irritating me after getting hit by 3 or 4 guys, but hey, I can have a ready birdie. It keeps going.
And you are vertical, and this is a good thing, and so football's worth it.
Yes, it is.
All right, well, today the Cowboys are trying to get their swagger back as they take on the Central Wisconsin Bandits. But before we get into that, last Saturday the Cowboys did take one on the chin in a game that was a whole lot closer than the score indicated when they lost to the River City Rough Riders 30-12. Your comments about that game, or at least as much of it as you saw?
The first quarter they got the pick 6 early. I think it was on our opening drive. I don't remember for sure, but got down and the team could have folded easily because they're the class of the Midwest and nation, obviously. And we came back, scored, tied them up 6-6, and did well. And from the third quarter on, I really don't remember much, but I know that they, when my son got to the hospital and stuff after the game, they fought all the way and gained a lot of respect from the Rough Riders. When I got injured, I want to compliment Coach Bridges and Stoney West and Chris Gardner and Troy Young, Troy Prill, and I think Kendall Wayne was over there, and Willie. A lot of their players were signing with my players, and they wanted to get the game going, and one of the lacrosse players said, no, we're waiting until Coach Fred is taken care of, and which took a while because I was laying there. I couldn't feel anything for about 45 minutes, and that shows you that it's not just the game, Rick, it's the friendships that I've made through the years with these guys, and that really, really meant something to me.
Now, in that game, it seemed as though every time the Cowboys were poised to challenge the Rough Riders, especially late in the game, shoot themselves in the foot with some kind of costly penalty. Your thoughts about fixing that?
Well, I know there was, after I left, a lot of delay of games, and I think it was because of the emotion with the players. I don't think their head was in the football game. I'm not making excuses, but we have never had that many penalties like that. So I think that was the big thing in it, what had happened that day, and it was scary for these guys. And I'm not really concerned about that because I think there's a reason for that. I'm not making excuses, but there was a reason.
Now today, you're taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Merrill, Wisconsin, and the Cowboy offense needs to get rolling again, both passing and running. How do you see that playing out today?
Well, I have watched some film on them and their schemes and stuff, and they do have some good athletes on that team. So there are concerns of what we have to do to stop them, and I do feel we have a very good team, and we're capable of doing that, but it's also a team that has some athletes, and they play hard. They get a good coaching staff, so it's going to be a good ball game. It's our first home game. I'm looking forward to that. So I hope it's a big win for the Cowboys to come back after a scary weekend last weekend and some bad things happening, and I hope and pray that everything these guys clear their head and go out and play free football and don't worry about an old coach.
Now, are there any concerns about the defensive front, who last week seemed to give up big plays? And it was at times when they would have the Rough Riders stop 3rd and long or something, and then all of a sudden they'd gash a big one up the middle.
Yeah, we saw that, and that didn't happen in the first 2 games. So Coach Peno and I have talked about that, and Brian will get that corrected, and Seth, our DB coach. So I'm not worried about that. It was just a few instances, 4 or 5 letdowns. And in 3 games, I'll take those 4 and 5 letdowns. It just came at the wrong time.
Yeah, they kind of bunched on you, which led to points then.
Yes, they did.
Now, the Bandits kind of got off to a rough start this season, dropping 2 of their first 3 games. In fact, they didn't put a point on the board until last week in their win over the Midwestern Wildcats. With that win, however, they may have found a little momentum and could prove to be dangerous. You've already alluded to it a little bit. What do you know about them?
Well, I watched that game several times, the game that they won, and it was a close game throughout, and it was kind of back and forth, but they held together, and when I look at that team, I see athletes on that team. Better than some of the other teams that we've played. They've got some athletes, and which is great. I can't wait to play against them, but they've had some, hard luck situations, and they pulled that game out, and anytime you come off a win when you haven't won, they're going to be sky high coming to Eau Claire to play us. Our guys better be ready.
Now, thank you, Coach, for joining us today on Coach's Corner. Good luck in today's game. Good luck in the home opener. And coming up, we'll have more Cowboy Kickoff.
You've been tuned to Coach's Corner, with a look at today's Cowboy game from the coach's point of view. Stay tuned. Coming up is more Cowboy Kickoff.
Let NLWN TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, Memorial Day, May 29th, when we will bring you the annual Billy Nas Memorial Game between the Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 10:35 a.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Memorial Day, May 29th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Welcome back to Cowboy Kickoff, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's home opener between the Eau Claire Cowboys and the Central Wisconsin Bandits. Both of these teams compete in the Northwest Division of the Northern Lights Football League. So this divisional matchup is critical for each team as they try to keep pace with the first place River City Rough Riders. Last week in the NLFL, in the Northwest Division, the Cowboys dropped a tough decision to the River City Rough Riders, 30-12, and the Central Wisconsin Bandits defeated the Midwestern Wildcats, 32-24. In the Northeast Division, the Fox River Raiders topped the Manitowoc Mariners 39-22, while the Brown County Blackjacks were defeated by the Wisconsin Ravens 12-8. In the Southeast Division, the Southern Lakes Blue Devils took care of the Winnebago Warriors 56-6, while the Illinois Cowboys slipped past the Kenosha Cougars 26-6. Finally, in the Southwest Division, the Madison Mad Dogs defeated the Rock River Rampage 36-14, and the Tri-City Bulldogs were pummeled by the Midwest Warriors 54-0. Now that leaves the standings in the NLFL as follows. In the Northeast Division, the Brown County Blackjacks, along with the Wisconsin Ravens, lead the way with identical 2-1 records. They're followed by the Fox River Raiders and the Manitowoc Mariners at 1-2. In the Southeast Division, the Southern Lakes Blue Devils and the Illinois Cowboys are tied for the lead at 3-0, while the Kenosha Cougars and the Winnebago Warriors are tied 3 games back at 0-3. In the Southwest Division, the Midwest Warriors are on top with a 3-0 record, and they're being followed by the Rock River Rampage and the Madison Mad Dogs at 1-2, while the Tri-City Bulldogs are sitting at 0-3. In the Northwest Division, the River City Rough Riders are unbeaten with a 3-0 record. They're followed by the Cowboys at 2-1, while the Central Wisconsin Bandits and the Midwestern Wildcats are 2 games back at 1-2. Today, the only game being played in the NLFL is the Cowboys hosting the Bandits. The rest of the NLFL will get back into action next weekend, while the Cowboys take next weekend off. Now, coming up next, we'll wrap up Cowboy Kickoff and get you ready for today's game as you're tuned to Cowboy Kickoff on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back to Cowboy Kickoff. Today we have 2 teams, the Cowboys and the Bandits, both trying to keep pace with the front-running River City Rough Riders in the Northwest Division of the NLFL. The Bandits are looking to build upon their 32-24 win over the Midwestern Wildcats last weekend, while the Cowboys are coming off their 30-12 loss at the hands of the Rough Riders. Now, the key to today's game for the Cowboys is, can the Cowboy offense eliminate those pesky self-inflicted mistakes and get back on track? Also, can the defense get back to their dominating ways? So it all adds up to some exciting football action right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now, in just a few moments, we'll send it out to our broadcast crew at Simpson Field on the campus of UW-Eau Claire, and they'll have all the play-by-play action for you coming up next. Now, you've been tuned to Cowboy Kickoff on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
You've been tuned to Cowboy Kickoff on NLWN2 with a look at today's Eau Claire Cowboys game. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cowboy football.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The following is a presentation of the Northern Lights Football League. The Northern Light Webcasting Network, along with NLWN2, present Eau Claire Cowboys football. Follow the Cowboys all season long as they work their way through the Northern Lights Football League. And now, out to the stadium for Eau Claire Cowboys football.
bunch of penalties to clear up.
Yeah, that's definitely. Those penalties are
So hopefully back in home confines that things will go the other way this week. We're looking forward to this one. Today's Eau Claire Cowboys football game is brought to you by Altoona Auto Body, Ashley Furniture, Athletic Wellness of Eau Claire, the Doghouse Bar and Grill in Whitehall, Drop Zone Septic and Portable Toilet Rentals, Gino's Pizza in Eau Claire, The Happy Hollow, Highland Fitness, Home Inspectors of America, Jared Hofling, Menominee Eye Optical, Midwest Environmental Consultants, Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, the Newborn Village Renaissance Festival in Chippewa Falls, Pepsi-Cola, Royal Credit Union, Slayton's Technology, Soper's Fiber Optics, Sterling Optical of Eau Claire, the United States Army, and Valley Sports Academy in Halley, Vanru Chiropractic in Mondovi. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cowboy football here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. We'll be back.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Simpson Field, let's take a look at some stat highlights for the Cowboys coming into today's game. The rushing leader is Jordan Renault. He's carried the ball 23 times for 125 yards and a touchdown. That's an average of 5.4 carry. UJ Wilkerson is right behind him at 25 carries for 112 yards. Average of 4.5 a carry. One fumble, but 2 touchdowns. Anthony Marquardt next, 27 attempts, 85 yards, an average of 3.1 per carry, and a touchdown. Kari Dorsey, 1 carry, 56 yards for 6. Andrew Barnes carries the ball 26 times for 42 yards. And also Riley Ostrud, 5 attempts, 7 yards, 1 carry for Keegan Ingram, and for 4, and Jordan Fonts carried once for 2 yards. Passing department, Andrew Barnes has been the leader behind the ball all season long so far, 20 out of 47, an interception, 440 yards, 7 touchdowns, and an average of 22 yards per carry, and his passer rate, a very good 107. Receivers, the leader, Jordan Fonz, has caught the ball 9 times, 3 of those for scores, 220 yards. Kari Dorsey, 3 for 103, also 3 touchdowns. Sage Weiss, 2 catches for 46 yards. Taquan Hodges, 4 catches for 36 yards. And Connor Hughesby, 2 for 35, and a touchdown. That's an average of 17.5. So receivers have caught the ball 20 times for 440 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 22 yards per catch. And as far as rushing goes, 109 carries, 433 yards for the Cowboys, 4-yard average, 2 fumbles, 6 touchdowns, so looking pretty good. As far as defensive leaders for the Cowboys, Sammy McBride leads with 9 tackles. Torrante Wilson has 8. Tyler Adamczak has 4. Along with that, Sammy McBride's got a couple assists. Torrante Wilson has an assist, along with tackle for fumbled a couple of times, 2 sacks as well, and a fumble recovery. Adamczak has a couple of assists to add to his total. So, and many other Cowboys listed on the sheet there. Closer to kickoff here, the Eau Claire Cowboys and the Central Wisconsin Bandits will have all the action for you here shortly. Stay tuned. You're watching Cowboys football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Keep going? Okay. All right. So let's take a look at some stats for the Bandits while we have those. Bandits struggling a little bit more on offense. Their passing completion is about 39%, 9 rushing yards per game, 16.3 receiving yards. Their offensive yards per game, 135, and 70 solo tackles. Their leading passer is not going to be here today, and that's Austin Levine. He's completed 14 and had 27 attempts, 52% completion, and his rating about 58. We'll take a look at some more stats for the Bandits here. Coming up next, you're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Highland Fitness is a locally owned gym operated right here in the Chippewa Valley. Save time and gas money with our 2 Eau Claire locations that are close to where you live, work, and play. Our Westridge location is open 24 hours a day. Convenient, friendly, and comfortable. Say hi to a better you at Highland Fitness.
Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee.
Welcome back. As far as the Bandits' offensive stats, their leading rusher was Amarian Banks, and he is actually wide receivers. He had 14 carries, 24 yards, average of 8 yards a rush. And there have been, at least in these stats, no rushing touchdowns, it looks like. As far as the receiving stats, their leading receiver is the same guy that's their leading ball carrier, Omarion Banks. He's caught 3 passes with 31 yards, averaging about 10.3 yards. So, Claude, it looks like, at least statistically, and how these teams are matching up, that this is going to be a great opportunity for the Cowboys to get things rolling again. Yeah, that's fun, especially when you've got a favorite target that, every time he touches it, he's in the end zone.
Yeah, you gotta like that.
Yeah.
That opens up our running game quite a bit. We got Jay Wilkerson, and Mance's the beast. And I think it was our first game we were playing, our second game, track guy, and I heard it all the way up in the press box. He's got some talent. It's a ball. Hard to bring down, and he's going to punish you as soon as he catches it.
We were talking last week, how much these guys are out here playing for the enjoyment of the game, but as you just said, they're playing hard as well. We are celebrating Memorial Day here today. We're going to have a serviceman singing the national anthem that we will have that for you. We can also say thank you to some veterans on the rosters of both of these teams today. Jordan Fonz for the Cowboys, along with Tyler Adamczak and Chris Bowden, all are veterans, and we appreciate them playing here today, and we appreciate their service and the sacrifices that they made to serve our country. And then on the other side for the Bandits, number 58, Travis Gleason, a linebacker, is also a veteran. So it would be a nice chance to honor them today, as well as all of our veterans, especially those who made the ultimate sacrifice, so we can continue to enjoy the freedoms that we've enjoyed for a long time. Like heading out on a sunny afternoon to Simpson Field to watch some great football.
Yeah, this is a great day to do it. Also, we've got a couple of bets on here.
Thank you all. Okay, teams are meeting in the center of the field here for the coin toss. While they're doing that, let's take a break, and we'll tell you how it came back when we come back. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Valley Sports Academy, the Chippewa Valley's only full-service, indoor, sports training facility. Whatever your sport, Valley Sports Academy has a program for you. Valley Sports Academy has an emphasis on state-of-the-art performance training in hockey, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, and softball. VSA's facility allows for customized coaching, training, and experiences to help elevate athletes of all ages to reach new levels. Check out Valley Sports Academy at 1855 125th Street in Lake Hallie, or call them at 715-839-2700.
Let NLWN 2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, June 10th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Midwest Warriors from Simpson Field on the UW-Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN 2 begins with Cowboy kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, June 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
The coin toss, the Cowboys won and elect to defer to the second half, so the Bandits are going to kick out. Is the other way around? Bandits defer. Okay, sorry, I got that turned around. Both teams breaking their huddle, and we're going to have our national anthem.
Honor America with the singing of our national anthem by No Fish Airport, Technical Sergeant Michael Stevens. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light, just so gladly at twilight's last gleam, who shall strike and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the land that we love, there's a Galilee stream, and the rockets thread the land of the Union. They prove to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that's our sail banner wave. For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Great start to this Eau Claire Cowboys contest against the Central Wisconsin Bandits. They come in 1-2. The Cowboys the other way at 2-1. And we are going to get to see the Bandits on offense first. 81 degrees. And we've got a wind out of the south, 5 to 10 miles an hour. All right, Cowboys to receive. Bandits to kick off. Deep to receive is number 4, Sage Weiss. Also, he's on the near side here, and over on the far side, 26, Anthony Marquardt. And let's see, we're holding the football to tee it up for them. 33. That's all we know them by, 33. No, so. And we are underway. A short kick. It is picked up at the 28-yard line, and Wilkerson comes away with it. He comes to the near side, and he is wrestled into Bandits territory down to about the 46-yard line. That's going to be a good place to start for the Cowboys. Okay, Cowboys getting ready here. You're watching Cowboys football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. Cowboys come up to the line, led by Andrew Barnes. He's got one split back, or one back with him. Barnes takes a snap and hands the ball off, and going right up the middle and still running. It takes several Bandits to get him down, and that was Jordan Renault. And Renault, a nice carry for a first down.
Especially at the end of the just alone another extra 2 or 3 yards. Just driving his legs.
First and 10 Cowboys. They are on the 34-yard line of the Bandits. Renault back in the shotgun. Barnes back in the shotgun, sorry. Barnes. Long count, hands that ball off to Renault once again. Renault up the middle, then goes off to the right, and another big carry. He pounds that all the way down to the 18-yard line.
Right away, gotta like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna open up the pass.
Yeah, making it look easy, and they're now two plays in the drive, and they are inside the red zone. A great place to start off when you can. Barnes. Back in the gun. So Renault is off to his left once again. Takes his time, gets a high snap, goes to Renault again, and he'll bounce off one of the linemen, and they tracked him down a little quicker that time. One of the first guys there is Alec Nice for the Bandits.
I don't think they were ready for that.
So that's loss on the play back to the 22-yard line. 22-yard line. Second and 14. Cowboys still in the huddle. And we've got the receivers in the backs. Double checking the play here. They go trips left. Renault is in the backfield. Dropping back to throw is Barnes, and Barnes scurries off to the left side. Looks toward the end zone, and it is incomplete. He had a couple of receivers there. Fonz was one of them, along with Hoosby. And that brings up third down and 14 for the Cowboys. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboys football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. Cowboys break the huddle on third and long, just outside the red zone. Andrew Barnes, the quarterback. Gets a good snap, fires a screen pass out on the near side, and that's caught and by Taquan Hodges, and he gets down, or it's to, and he gets it all the way down to the 3, it looks like. Let's see where they place it. First and goal on the 3 for Eau Claire. 10 minutes, coming up in the 10-minute mark in the first quarter. Cowboys, first and goal at the 3. Barnes up under center this time. Nope, he's back in the gun and hands that off to number 2, Jay Wilkerson, and he's in untouched. Touchdown, Eau Claire Cowboys. 9:48 to go in the first quarter. Take a break. We'll be back. Well, let's see. Let's wait and have him do
the rest of his team at
point.
Van Chiropractic have been committed to addressing your unique needs. Whether you are experiencing back pain, neck pain, headaches, or even muscular tightness and tension, Van Chiropractic is the place to go. Van Chiropractic can help you attain your everyday wellness goals. Van Chiropractic has been serving the Chippewa Valley since 1997. Call Van Chiropractic at 7.
2-point conversion attempt for the Cowboys. Barnes back in the gun, takes the snap, is looking toward the corner of the end zone, and wide open there to catch it is Connor Huseby. And the number 6, Connor Huseby, caught the point after attempt, and so at 9:48 to go in the first quarter, it is Eau Claire Cowboys 8, the Central Wisconsin Bandits nothing. You're watching Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
You're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Welcome back, 8-0 Cowboys. And looks like teeing up the ball is number 3, JP Hoffman. And deep for the Bandits. And a nice end-over-end kick. It is going to be picked up at the 10-yard line, brought up by the Bandits. And bringing it up is another, yet unnamed player. Number 14. So we're going to attempt to get names for them. They're probably on the roster with a jersey one-off or something. We'll find out for you. First and 10 for the Bandits. They are back on their own 21-yard line. Ways to
hope that the defense gets back so it's dominant.
The offense sure put together a great opening drive.
And that looked too easy.
47-yard, 6-play drive. So the Kendrick Samuels is the quarterback for that, and the ball is knocked down and caught. Ended up getting knocked back to 69. Renan Zahn on the tackle for the Cowboys is Jay Riley. So it's a gain of, call it a gain. Well, actually, let's see, it's a loss of a couple, it looks like, back to the 18. So Samuels back off the line again. He'll look to throw on the near side, finds wide open Mitch Neitzel. And Neitzel is up to in the center of the field at about the 21-yard line. So they get some of it back, but it's still 3rd and long for the Bandits. It's about 3rd and 7 out to the 23. Inside 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cowboys' first home game here at Simpson Field on the UW-Eau Claire campus. Hendrick Samuels, who dresses as a fullback, is the quarterback. He gets a high snap but brings it in. He's looking to the right side but is quickly running out of time and is smothered back at the 11-yard line by a host of Cowboys. It looks like one of the first guys there, I'm going to say, was number 10, Tyler Adamczak. There were a couple other teammates there as well, but I think he was one of the first ones to get there. 8:13 left first quarter. Cowboys leading the Bandits, Central Wisconsin, 8-0. And now we will have the Bandits punting right from the goal line is number 33. And that's all we can identify him by right now. He has a name, but it's not attached to that number. And timeout called, and we will take a break. We are watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Welcome back. Punting from the goal line are the Central Wisconsin Bandits. So Cowboys at midfield ready to take this one back. And it is okay, and tried to pass it out of there, and that didn't work. It's incomplete. Let's see. And so the Cowboys have the ball in great field position. They are down where the Bandits left it off, down at the 12-yard line. So getting to start inside the red zone after that first drive that was something else is it's going very well for the offense. Under 8 minutes to go. First quarter, Cowboys up 8-0. And inside the red zone to do it again. Barnes back in the gun. Renault off to his right. Split backs Renault, or actually Barnes takes it himself and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys! A nice play fake in the back there to Renault, and Barnes had a great hole just to take it right in and made it look very easy. So it took them the Cowboys about 2 minutes to put another touchdown on the board. It is now 14-0 Eau Claire. And we'll return to more Cowboys football. You're watching it on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Come on and join our team. That's right, you can be part of the fast-growing fiber optics industry by joining with SOPR's Fiber Solutions. We're looking for motivated individuals who can help us expand our aerial, underground, and internal fiber termination services. Call Sopiar's Fiber Solutions at 715-289-3337. That's Sopiar's Fiber Solutions, your fiber network specialists.
Back to Simpson Field, the Eau Claire Cowboys enjoying a 2-touchdown lead here and about to attempt the points after. 7:49 remains here in the first half, and they're going to back the Cowboys up a little bit to do that. And oh, that's interesting. Yep. And we will have a drop kick, and it dropped into the end zone. So no points conversion there after a valiant attempt. 14-0. Eau Claire leading the Central Wisconsin Bandits. 7:49 to go in the first quarter, and we'll be back. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
Welcome back. We're at Simpson Field with the Eau Claire Cowboys leading the Central Wisconsin Bandits by a score of 14-0, and the Cowboys ready to kick again. Another good end-over-end kick. It'll be taken at the 15-yard line, brought up by the Bandits, and coming back with it is number 37, and guess what? We have number 37, and that's all. The names are probably in here. They probably had a jersey shuffle, or who knows. Yeah, we'll find out. Like I said, they have names, and they are probably on this roster with numbers that aren't being worn today. So we'll get it figured out for you. Right now, the Eau Claire Cowboys 14-0 lead as the Central Wisconsin Bandits come up to the line of scrimmage. The quarterback is Kendrick Samuels, and the pistol with a back behind him, and he gives it to that back that makes no progress. Jesse Clenny. Clenny driven backwards. That's a loss of about 5 yards. 2nd and 15. Austin Levine, who is their regular quarterback, is on the sidelines in a knee brace and street clothes. So the Bandits are going to have to go with who they have. So in the backfield, it is Kendrick Samuels, and Jesse Clenny is behind him. 2 receivers out on the far side. Snap goes back to Samuels. Samuels throws a short pass. It's picked off by the Cowboys, and going into the end zone untouched is Tyler Adamczak. And Adamczak stepped right in there and had free path right into the end zone. 20-0 is the score, and the Eau Claire Cowboys will try again some points after. 6:47 remains in the second. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboys football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLW2.
Attention all my lords and ladies. It's time to travel back to the time when the nights were gallant and the festivals were grand. Do just that at the Newborn Village Renaissance Festival for 4 thrilling weeks from June 10th through July 2nd. Visit with the merchants who will be vending their wares, or enjoy what the village cooks and bakers have prepared as savory sensations and tantalizing sweet treats to fill your bellies. Plenty of activities for the kids, so this is a great place for the whole family. The Newborn Village Renaissance Festival is located at the Eagle Ridge Festival Grounds, 2308.
Okay. And Mao will attempt another drop kick, and this one up and off to the left. 6:47 to go, first quarter. It is 20-0. The Eau Claire Cowboys lead the Central Wisconsin Bandits, and you're listening to it on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Welcome back. 6:47 to go, first quarter. And one man deep for the Bandits to receive right away again, and a squib kick by the Cowboys. It goes in up to the 47-yard line, and then it is recovered by the Cowboys at midfield. And the recovery by Jason Check. And so we will see the Cowboys on offense once again. Sunny Saturday in Eau Claire, home game for the Cowboys. Memorial Day observance, 6:10 to go, first quarter, and Cowboys up 20-0. Looking to add to it from midfield. And we have Barnes, and we have 4 receivers on the near side. Empty backfield and 1 wide out far side. Interesting set here. So Barnes back to receive the snap at about the 44-yard line. And Barnes takes the snap, throws it out on the near side, and it falls just short of the fingertips of his intended receiver, Takan Hodges. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from midfield. 6:10 to go. Quarter number 1, 20-0. Cowboys out in front of the Bandits. Join us Monday morning on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN TV for the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears. We'll tell you more about that as we go along here. As Barnes, again, from that same formation, will just run with it. Big hole off that diamond formation, still running, down to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and touchdown. Oh, okay. Oh, Dorsey. Sorry about that. Kari Dorsey. And once again, touching the ball, taking it in. Yeah, that's right. Yep. And about a half a minute from the prior touchdown. So the Cowboys dominating here as they're getting the play from the side here for the point after. 26-0. The Eau Claire Cowboys with the lead. Still some more conversation, and we will take a break while they're talking. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
That. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Cowboys take a delay of game penalty while they're trying to figure out what they're going to do for the points after here. By the way, today Brian Pino is the interim head coach, as Coach Oversholm, if you remember in the crazy end of that game, took a pretty serious hit and is still recovering from that. So he's looking on probably with us. Snap. He's back to Barnes. Barnes finds a receiver that is struggling his way in there, but there was a penalty flag dropped. Jordan Mao. And there's a flag. And let's see what that is. It is ineligible. Oh, wait a minute. So, point after no good. So, at 6:10 to go in the first quarter, it is 26-0, Eau Claire Cowboys. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboys football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Cowboys, as they've done, let's see, 5 times here in the first quarter, they're kicking the ball. Wolfling to kick for the Cowboys. Now there's 2 deep backs for the Bandits to bring this one back, or try to. Special teams for the Cowboys have gotten right down there and have smothered the return, and that kick goes into the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25, and that's where the Bandits will start, 1st and 10. Join us Monday morning on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN TV as we bring you the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears. From Carson Park, proceeds from this game go to support the Adult Special Olympics. Group number 3-06. Coverage begins at 10:30 a.m. with the Dugout Show, followed by live play-by-play action right here on the Northern Light Webcasting audio service and NLWN TV. 6:07 left to go in the first quarter. Eau Claire Cowboys up 26-0 over the Central Wisconsin Bandits, and they will come up to the line of scrimmage with a lot of reserve players trying to get something going here. The quarterback is Kendrick Samuels, and he's in a pistol, hands the ball off to his receiver, or to his back, and that ball is carried by number 11, Jesse Clenny. Clenny pushed back to about the 21-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4. Bring up 2nd and 14 for the Bandits, as the Cowboys defense doing a great job of keeping the Bandits in check. Same formation. Dropping back to throw is Samuels. Samuels gets it over the top of his intended receiver, number 84. And that's all we can tell you about number 84. Like I said, we could, or just kind of switch these. Yeah. Well, I guess I bet their names are on there. It's just not with these numbers. Yes. So, quarterback Kendrick Samuels on 3rd down and long, rushed again, but he does get it to his receiver, and that is number 84. Well, you know, that's an option. We can put a name of some kind in it. So fourth down and 10. We are on, or the Bandits are on the 25-yard line. So getting set to kick, number 33, okay. And also back behind him is number 10. And one man at about the 41 for the Cowboys. And trouble with that one getting handled, and he's brought down at the 15. So the Cowboys are going to start once again in the red zone. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. Cowboy offense coming up to the line of scrimmage. Barnes in the pistol, pair of wideouts on each end of the line for the Cowboys, and the handoff goes to Jordan Renault, and he barrels it right in for a touchdown, a 15-yard run. And it's about 2 minutes, again, in between scores for the Cowboys. Join us on Saturday, June 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting audio service and NLWN 2. So we bring you the Cowboys as they host the Midwest Warriors from Simpson Field on the UW-Eau Claire campus. Coverage begins at 3:30 with Cowboy kickoff right here. And Barnes tosses it into the end zone, and it is caught. The receiver is Jordan Fonz. And so with 4:14 remaining in the first quarter, the Eau Claire Cowboys 32 and the 34, and the Central Wisconsin Bandits nothing. You're watching Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
.414 remaining in the first quarter, and the Eau Claire Cowboys shutting out the Central Wisconsin Bandits 34-0. And another kickoff for the Cowboys, another good, and kicks it down to the 10. And this time the Bandits are going to let it bounce into the end zone. So the Cowboys will start at the 25. And unfortunately, it's tough for the Bandits that their best field position starting out has been when they let the kickoff go into the end zone. Because the Cowboys are right back there and right on them. There's a flag on the play.
Looks like this is going against the Cowboys.
Yep, and running the ball to back them up.
Oh, free kick.
Yep. So on the offside penalty, the Cowboys are going to kick back at the 30. And here we go. Kickoff attempt number 2. And that one, yep, end over end. It's going to be taken at the 17-yard line this time, and grabbing it is Jeremy Ritz. And Ritz gets the ball, and he'll take it outside at about to the 40-yard line. So that is by far the best starting field position that the Bandits have had here in this game. But they've got 34 points to make up.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them, I think. This is going to be a great defensive stand here. I can just see it.
So the Bandits quarterback is Kendrick Samuels, who is normally a fullback. Looks like they're going to set in a pistol again, and, well, let's see. A pair of wideouts on the far side, along with well, actually, there's 3 of them now, and it's passed into the flat to Jesse Clenny, and Clenny is immediately brought down when he grabs it at the 34-yard line.
That's 5.
So second and 15 for the Bandits. So the Cowboys off next week. 2 weeks from today, they'll be back here at Simpson Field taking on the Midwest Warriors. And we'll have that game for you right here on NLWN 2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service. So third down and long, and the ball is handed off in the backfield. And that's by Jesse Clenny, and Clenny will get it up to the 31-yard line. We're back at the 30. So it will be 3rd and 13. Ball is on the 35-yard line. Cowboys with another long third down to make up. Clenny, the back behind quarterback Samuels, takes a snap, drops back, throws over to the far side. Wide open is Rudy Reiner, and Reiner gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but that still has about 9 yards to go. So it's 4th and 9 for the Bandits, and they'll have to punt it back to the Cowboys, or go for it here. Let's see what they do. .33, their place kicker is also back to accept the punt snap for them. He's pacing back to the 25. Too deep for Eau Claire. And taking a long time here. And the snap good, but the punt quite short. Good. That is going to bounce out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. And so that will be the deepest the Cowboys have had to start from, but they've been able to make it up pretty quick. So with coming up on a minute left to go in the first quarter, it's 34-0. Eau Claire Cowboys leading the Central Wisconsin Bandits. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Barnes in the shotgun for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 on their own 37, the deepest they've started from. And on a reverse that goes off to the left side, left to a wide open running back that nobody's touched. That's Sage Weiss. And Weiss takes it in to the end zone. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that looks like 5. Tican Hodges. That's Tican Hodges that took that in. 41 seconds left in the first quarter. And the Cowboys going for 2. Barnes in the shotgun. 1 wide out left and 2 to the right. And Marquardt takes it right in for the 2-point conversion.
Untouched.
So with 41 seconds left, first quarter, it's Eau Claire Cowboys 42 and the Central Wisconsin Bandits nothing. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboys football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back to Simpson Field. 41 seconds left in the first quarter. Eau Claire Cowboys way out in front, 42-0 over the Central Wisconsin Bandits. Cowboys to kick again. And another onside kick this time. The Bandits are ready for it, and landing on it is number 95, Alex Neese. And so, talking about best starting field position, this is it for the Bandits. Not too far from where the toughest one was for the Cowboys. Join us Monday morning on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN TV as we bring you the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears in Carson Park. Proceeds from this game go to support the Adult Special Olympics. Group 3-06. Coverage begins at 10:30 a.m. with a dugout show, followed by live play-by-play action. Kendrick Samuels leads the Bandits, and he takes a timeout as he did not like what was looking ahead of him on the line. So 41 seconds remain. First quarter, Eau Claire Cowboys 42, the Central Wisconsin Bandits nothing. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Looking for a job that offers a 40-hour work week with overtime opportunities? A flexible schedule? Great benefits plus incentive pay opportunities? Ashley Furniture can offer it all. A Fly in person or online.
Welcome back to Simpson Field, a beautiful Saturday afternoon, and a great game going so far for the hosting Eau Claire Cowboys. 42-0 over the Central Wisconsin Bandits. Coming off big after last week's tough game and tough loss to the River City Rough Riders. Cowboys back in excellent form today.
Yeah, it is hard to believe that a team could go from this disappointing loss and just come back and dominate this. I mean, this is the first quarter, and if it was halftime, they'd have a running clock.
Yeah, so they've got to get something on the board here to keep that from happening. The margin's 35. Referees coming over from the sidelines, and we'll get this going here. Kendrick Samuels, the quarterback. Clenny behind him takes the snap. Ball gets handed off to 84, and he is dropped back at the line at the midfield line. Yep. Yeah, you're right, Claude. It's back in their own territory again at 49. No, he put on the Cowboys 49.
Yeah. Sorry about that. 51.
No worries. The 51, yeah. It's still 2nd and 12. And we are in the final seconds of the quarter, and that is the end of the first quarter. And our score is the Eau Claire Cowboys 42, the Central Wisconsin Bandits nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter of action here from Simpson Field in Eau Claire. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboys football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Whether you're building, buying, or selling a home, it's one of the biggest decisions of your life. A professional home inspection gives you an independent, unbiased view of any problems and possible solutions, so that you'll have all the facts you need to make an informed decision. Contact Home Inspectors of America and Jared Heffling at 651-202-0334 for your inspection. Every inspection is a complete and thorough analysis of all the major systems and components in the home. Complete your home transaction with knowledge and confidence by calling Jared Heffling at 651-202-0334.
Welcome back to Simpson Field. We're switching sides. The Eau Claire Cowboys with a big 42-0 lead over the Central Wisconsin Bandits. Here at the home opener for 2023 for the Cowboys. Jay Fall, Claude Teasing, and Rick Olson, along with Dan Petshaw up above on the roof of the press box. I mean, he's still with us. So the Bandits up to the line of scrimmage, seeing if going and moving away from Claremont Avenue helps them.
Well, I was down there earlier. It didn't seem like... I think it was pretty low.
Kendrick Samuels could not get rid of the ball, and now the ball got loose, and it's recovered by the Cowboys. 75. That's Vic Brady.
Covered by number 75, Vic Brady. We'll do turn about 3 yards. First and 10, Cowboys. To the Bandits, 43-yard line.
So the ball is on the 42 of the Bandits for the Cowboys. Cowboys up 42-0. And so Barnes in the shotgun this time with backs on each side of him, 2 wideouts far side. takes the snap, and that's to Jay Wilkerson. And Wilkerson just barrels right up the middle with bringing along Bandits with him. He gets the ball down to the 31-yard line. That's another Cowboys first down. 13:50 remaining second quarter.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
I was just going to say, yeah, I think this is going to be a run game for the Cowboys for the rest of the game.
Because they're going, it seems like they're moving at will.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think the receivers are going to be too happy, but, hey.
Well, you can toss them on here and there, just to, keep them interested.
Yeah. At least run their route.
Yeah, there you go. First and 10 for the Eau Claire Cowboys. Same set, 2 wideouts for the Cowboys over on the far side. Back split on each side of Barnes and 1 wideout here on the near side. That's Con Hodges. And now let's see, they're having a discussion of some kind here. Oh, okay. All right. So the Cowboys take a timeout. 12:44 remains in the second quarter. Eau Claire 42, the Central Wisconsin Bandits nothing. You are watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
What to do after today's game? Come and join with the Cowboys at the Cowboys' favorite place, the Happy Hollow Tavern. The Happy Hollow is the Chippewa Valley's premier venue for watching your favorite sports teams. With over 20 HD TVs, every seat in the house gives you a great view. Not to mention amazing food and drink specials. So corral with the Cowboys at their favorite fifth quarter location, the Happy Hollow Tavern, located at 1628 Hillcrest Parkway in Altoona. With all the good people and good food, the Happy Hollow will soon be your favorite place too.
Welcome back. 12:44 to go. Second quarter, 42-0. The Eau Claire Cowboys shutting out the Central Wisconsin Bandits, and they're driving on offense once again. This drive, they've been going with the shotguns. Back split on each side with 2 wide far side, 1 on the near side. Snap high for Barnes. He still manages it though, and he's looking to throw upfield. Wide open up the middle is Anthony Marquardt, but there's a flag on the play. Offensive pass interference is going back 10 yards. Back to the 42 of the Bandits. Be interesting to see that.
I think the Cowboys just... Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cowboys line over the ball this time. Snap goes back to Barnes and goes to the left back in that set. That's Renault. And Renault will get, looks like a lot of the penalty yards back. So it'll be second down and 12. Barnes coming in from the side with directions here. And not in any big hurry to do so as the clock is running now. It'll be stopped for timeouts. There's a 42-point margin for the Cowboys. Barnes, back split. Takes the snap. It's going to go forward. Looking to throw. Wide open at the 9-yard line is number 71, Zane Baer. And Baer takes it in for 6. Oh, Hunter Stewart instead of Baer.
It is so hard
77.
to see the numbers on this team.
That's what. Okay.
We'll go with 77.
Yeah. It looks like there's a holder there. We are in running time, 9:35 to go in the second. And it's a drop kick, and it drops on the A in Eau Claire. No good. So 9:26 to go and counting, second quarter. 42-0, Eau Claire leads the Central Wisconsin Cowboys. You're 48-0. Cowboys, and we will be back. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Whether you're a student athlete, a professional or semi-professional athlete, or a family athlete, when your body needs recovery, see the professionals at Athletic Wellness of Eau Claire. Athletic Wellness can help enhance recovery, help improve performance, and help prevent injury. Whether you require pneumatic compression, percussive massage, electrical stimulation, one-to-one stretching, or red light infrared sauna, Athletic Wellness can provide it all. Give Athletic Wellness a call at 715-514-2528 or stop in at 2914 London Road in Eau Claire. Athletic Wellness is the official performance recovery center for the Eau Claire Cowboys.
Back, the Eau Claire Cowboys out in front 48-0, 8:21 or 8:20. We are in running time here in the second quarter, 48-point lead for the Cowboys. And another short kick. It's going to be taken by the Bandits at about the 47-yard line. And so the Bandits will start going here, trying to get going. 48-0. And time is running here in quarter number 2. So the Bandits trying to put something together here. The Eau Claire Cavs play on Monday, a special game, and we'll tell you more about that. You can see it on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV on Monday morning. The Bears and the Cavs. Quarterback for the 3-0 Cavs, Kendrick Samuels. Dresses as a fullback, is playing quarterback today. Takes the snap, throws a pass, alley-oops it over to the side, and it bounces off the hands of Rudy Reiner. Call's incomplete, 2nd and 10. So join us Monday morning on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV as we bring you the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears from Carson Park. Proceeds from this game go to support the Adult Special Olympics, Group 3-06. Coverage begins at 10:30 a.m. with the Dugout Show, followed by live play-by-play action. And we have an injured player, and time has now stopped. 6:37 to go, second quarter. Cowboys out in front, 48-0 over the Central Wisconsin Bandits, and you're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
After we're done here, where would you like to stop to eat?
I heard the Doghouse Bar and Grill in Whitehall is really good.
You know, my coworkers and I stopped there on a work trip. They have great service, good burgers, and fries.
When we went there, we discovered great food and drinks at great prices. You really can't go wrong with any of the menu options.
I had the patty melt. It was amazing, and the Doghouse fries were just as good.
I guess it's the Doghouse Bar and Grill for us.
Then let's head to 36378 Abrams Street in Whitehall.
Welcome back. 6:35 running clock, second quarter, 48-0. Eau Claire Cowboys. So it'll be 2nd and 10 to go for the Bandits. Their ball on the 47-yard line, their own. Kendrick Samuels brings his team up to the line. In the pistol with 2 wideouts far. That's it, nobody near. One of the receivers turned in. And ball is loose, and it is recovered by 84. .545, second quarter. Running time. Join us on Saturday, June 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN2 as we bring you the Cowboys. They host the Midwest Warriors from Simpson Field here on the UW-Eau Claire campus. Coverage begins at 3:30 with Cowboy kickoff, followed by live play-by-play action. That's 2 weeks from today. Hendricks gets a pass to 84. He had it for a second and it fell to the turf. So that is 4th down and 11. 48-0. Cowboys out in front. They're about to get the ball back. So the Cowboys getting set to receive the punt from the Bandits. Deep to receive are Antonio Williams over on the far side, along with Jordan Renault on the near side. End over end punt. It'll drop at the 35-yard line, take a Bandits bounce, and Antonio grabs it and he'll get it up to the 41-yard line on the return. So that is where the Cowboy, 29, Antonio Williams. We have running time in the second quarter, 3:42 and counting. Cowboys up over the Bandits, 48-0. And we'll take a look and see. And number 7, Andrew Barnes, still out there, leading the Cowboys. They huddle up around him. And with time running, Cowboys not in a real huge hurry to get things going, but they will break the huddle and get up to the line. 1st and 10 from the 41. Let's see, one back out to the near side, and it is handed off to 38. Sammy McBride. The Bandits recovered, and that player is not getting up.
That's Kyrie Dorsey, I think that was quarterback.
Oh. Well, now he's up in his own power. It was number 95, Alec Nice. And so the Bandits will get it back to the 40-yard line. We are approaching the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes coming up in the second half. Yeah, let's see. Yep, and time will stop for the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go. First half. The Eau Claire Cowboys 48. The Central Wisconsin Bandits 0. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboys football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Welcome back to Simpson Field on the UW-Eau Claire campus, the Eau Claire Cowboys home opener of 2023, and they are out big in front of the Central Wisconsin Bandits, 48-0. So, Claude, just a huge difference in the caliber of opponents from last week to this week.
Oh yeah, big difference. Rough Riders, they are a nationally ranked team. They did go to the to a national game last year. They are a very impressive team. The Rough Riders are.
So in at quarterback. Oh, we'd like to give a shout out to our audience in Sioux Falls once again, and with us several games here as Kendrick Samuels takes the ball himself, trying to get it outside on the far side, and he'll cut back in and get about 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7.
Oh yeah, big difference. Rough Riders, they are a nationally ranked team. They did go to the...
So 2 weeks from today, the Midwest Warriors come to town, June 10th. No game for the Cowboys next week. It's right back here at Simpson Field, so we hope that you'll come and watch live or tune in. And snap goes back, and then ball carrier is quickly Jesse Plenty on the draw, and he'll get it across the 25 or 35. Or close to the 35, we'll put it that way. That looks like the 37. 36 for the Bandits. Running time 35 seconds to go in the first quarter, the first half.
This looks like it's going to be the last play of the half. High snap, and he is brought down.
Yeah, Samuels is sacked back at the 45.
That's the halftime.
So at the end of the first half, the Eau Claire Cowboys way out in front of the Central Wisconsin Bandits. The score is 48-0. We invite you now to stay tuned for halftime programming, and we'll be back. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Time now for Cowboy Halftime, where we'll get to know one of this year's Cowboy players on Cowboy Profile, and then we'll focus on skills. All that coming up right after this timeout.
How will you make your mark? With over 200 jobs, the Army can help you find the answer. No matter your career goals, the Army can get you there. The Army can impact your life in many ways. That's why we offer a variety of benefits to support what's most important to you, your family, and your future. Visit GoArmy.com, request information, watch videos, and see how the Army could be right for you.
Time now for Cowboy Profile, where we take a look at one of this year's Eau Claire Cowboy players. And now, Cowboy Profile.
Today on Cowboy Profile, we're talking with Tristan Payton. And Tristan, remind us a little bit about where you grew up, different football teams you've played for, and so on.
Graduated from Black River Falls High School, played all through my senior year, and then 2015 started my semi-pro career with the Thunderhawks, the Menominee Thunderhawks. And then after that, 2016, went over to the Triple Valley Predators, and then since then, I went to the Cowboys in 2017. So it's just on from there.
All right, what's the most exciting thing you've learned about this year's Cowboys team?
New atmosphere, new players, new coaches, just new everything, even new jerseys. So everything is exciting.
So when you're not playing football, what are some other things that keep you interested?
You can catch me in front of the game. I'm a gamer. I love being outside. I'm an outdoors person. I fish, I hunt. I just like to be outside. I'm always around the house doing something, just staying busy.
Okay, I got a couple rapid fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Pie.
Which kind?
Cherry.
All right, and how about burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Burgers, one and only.
And when you have that burger, do you want ketchup, mustard, neither, or both?
Neither. I want barbecue. Barbecue and onions.
Okay. Your favorite NFL team?
Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. Now, is there a football player in any generation of football that kind of inspired the way you play the game?
Aaron Donald.
And how come?
Because he's fast, quick off the ball. He can handle double teams like no other. Won a Super Bowl. He's just a very dominant player. So whenever he's on the field, you're looking out for number 99. That's what I like to see, and that's what I want to feel like during the season. When I'm on the field, they're looking for me. So I look after Aaron Donald.
So now, if Tristan had a superpower, what do you think that might be? Coming up with a superpower might be the superpower you need.
Super strength.
Super strength. And if you had that superpower of super strength, what do you think your superhero name might be?
Hulk Jr.
Hulk Jr. Okay, we're talking with Tristan Payton on Cowboy Profile. How about a shout out to your family, the people watching Cowboy games, and anybody else that you feel deserves a shout out?
Shout out to the fans for coming out to see us this summer. Shout out to my mom and my dad for raising me. Shout out to my whole family. Shout out to the Cowboys team. Shout out for Rick for putting us on. Shout out to everyone that sponsors us and supports us in any way. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
So when people do come to Cowboy games or they watch our live stream, what number do you wear and what position do you play?
I'm a D lineman. I wear number 40.
Okay, we want to thank Tristan Payton for joining us today on Cowboy Profile. Coming up next, more Cowboy Halftime.
You've been tuned to Cowboy Profile, with a look at one of this season's Eau Claire Cowboy players. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. Stay tuned. Coming up is more Cowboy Halftime.
Drop Zone Septic and Portable Toilet Rentals in Eau Claire is the area's portable toilet provider specialist serving Eau Claire and the surrounding areas. We have portable toilets for construction sites, festivals, weddings, graduations, family reunions, and more. We also offer hand washing station. Contact Drop Zone Septic and Portable Toilet Rentals by calling 715-577-0717. That's Drop Zone Septic and Portable Toilet Rentals. Remember, it's not a party until you have a porta potty.
NLWN 2 now presents Focus on Skills, where Cowboy coaches and players demonstrate the skills that help make football players successful. And now, Focus on Skills.
Welcome to Focus on Skills. I'm Coach Brian Pino. I'm the defensive coordinator for the Eau Claire Cowboys, and I'm here to show a few basic skills to help you get better at your game of football. This is our quarterback, Andrew Barnes. We will be going through the proper step when you're doing a fake rollout to his left. And as you'll watch, he will do the fake and then watch how he resets his hips to a proper throwing position. Go ahead. Set, go. Takes a handoff. He turns his hips. Set, go. Now Andrew will show you the basic 5-step drop back. On the snap, you'll see him take his 5 steps back, setting up properly into his stance with his hips turned, ready to throw. Set, go. You'll notice he crosses his legs a little bit before he sets. If he's going to throw it a different direction, he's going to turn his body. Still pointing his hips, his lead hips specifically toward the target.
You've been tuned to Focus on Skills, where Cowboy coaches and players demonstrate the skill that help make football players successful. Stay tuned, more Cowboy halftime is coming up, followed by second half action.
Sterling Optical in Eau Claire has been in business for 30 years and is truly the place where you will find the best value and selection when it comes to the vision needs for you and your family. In addition to their extensive line of value frames, ophthalmic lenses, and contact lenses, they also have the area's largest selection of designer frames from brands that include Ray-Ban, Michael Kors, Coach, and Oakley. Stop in and visit Sterling Optical at 4054 Commonwealth Avenue, Eau Claire, or call 715-833-1220. That's Sterling Optical in Eau Claire. You've been tuned to Cowboy Halftime on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. Stay tuned. Coming up next is second half action of today's Eau Claire Cowboys game.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Simpson Field. Halftime, 48-0. The Eau Claire Cowboys shutting out the Central Wisconsin Bandits. And how did we get there? The scoring has been all Eau Claire. First quarter, a 3-yard run by Wilkerson. Huseby point after catch, the only successful point after in the first half. Put the Cowboys up 8-0, and then a couple minutes later, a 12-yard run by quarterback Andrew Barnes on the keeper. One of several drop kick attempts did not work, and it was 14-0 at that point. 6:47 to go, first quarter. Tyler Adamczak intercepted and took the ball 24 yards for a touchdown. Another failed drop kick, and it was 20-0. About a half a minute later, Kari Dorsey broke away on a 50-yard run, point after failed, and it was 26-0. 15-yard run by Jordan Renault a couple minutes after that, and the point after attempt there on a pass from Barnes to Fonz was good, so actually there were 2 successful point afters there. And then a 63-yard run by Taquan Hodges in the last minute of the first quarter, and Marquardt successful point after, and it was 42-0 at that point. A 33-yard Hunter Stewart run early in the second quarter was added along with a failed drop kick, and it was 48-0. Taking a look at the stats for passing, Andrew Barnes is 2 of 3 for 50 yards and a touchdown. Kari Dorsey threw the ball once, and it was incomplete. The catches were by Taquan Hodges, 1 for 19, and Hunter Stewart on that one for 33 yards and a touchdown. As far as the rushing goes, it's Andrew Barnes ran once for 12 yards and a touchdown. Jordan Renault, 5 carries for 48 yards and a touchdown. Ujay Wilkerson, 2 for 13 yards. He added a touchdown, a 50-yarder for Kari Dorsey and a touchdown. Taquan Hodges, 63 yards on 1 carry and a touchdown. And Sammy McBride was 1 for -2, and that included a fumble. So we are just moments away from the start of the second half. We had running time throughout the second quarter, and so we are going to assume that that's going to be the same here in the second half. And you're watching Eau Claire Cowboys football in the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Nice job.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Eau Claire Cowboys football. The Cowboys lead the Central Wisconsin Bandits by a score of 48-0 as we wrap up halftime here. The Cowboys getting water and going to get together briefly for defense, or to kick, I should say, to the Bandits. They're going to receive here in the second half. Join us Monday morning on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN TV as we bring you the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears from Carson Park. Proceeds from this game go to support the Adult Special Olympics Group number 3-06. Coverage begins at 10:30 a.m. with the Dugout Show, followed by live play-by-play action. And That's what you're getting here for today's contest on the Northern Lights Football League. Jay Fall, Claude Teasing, Rick Olson, and Dan Petshaw up above on the camera. The clock will run here in the second half, so things will likely move right along, especially, Claude, if the Cowboys move things along like they did in the first half.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't see that not happening. I think we're going to be running clock for the rest of the game, no problem.
Cowboys have the ball teed up and ready to go. A low kick, it bounces off the chest of the man attempting to run it back. That's number 37, and that's what we have on him, number 37. We'd like to give names, but a lot of them are missing for the Bandits here. So we'll see them on offense. Cowboys back in action 2 weeks from today. They're back here at Simpson Field to host the Midwest Warriors, and you can hear it on the Northern Light Webcasting audio service on NLWN 2. Coverage begins at 3:30 with Cowboy kickoff, followed by live play-by-play action. So ball's going back to the 25 to start things off for the Bandits. And their quarterback is Kendrick Samuels, who is a wide receiver. Their regular quarterback, Austin Levine, is injured. A high snap over the top of his head, and Hendricks has to go back and fall on it back at the 5. So that's a 20-yard loss on that snap.
Not much of a carry.
No. So the storms continue for the Bandits. They are back at their own 5-yard line to start the opening drive here in the second half. Trailing the Cowboys 48-0. We have running time 13:13 left, third quarter. Kendrick Samuels has to operate from his own end zone. Standing on the goal line, they have another snap like that, and it's big trouble. But he gets this one and throws it quickly over the middle and gets it to his intended receiver, who is number 84.
I'm not seeing the number 84.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, yeah.
Chuck Cecil.
Going down memory lane here at Simpson Field. Yeah. That ball bounced to the quarterback, Kendrick Samuels, and he has to land on it back at the 4, so they lost 7 again.
Fourth and Madison.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, I don't have to come as far next time. Yeah. Yeah. So the ball's back on the 4-yard line. 4th and long. In fact, the punter's standing on the C in Eau Claire in the end zone.
And bad snap.
Yep.
Terrible.
That punt is grabbed at the 9-yard line.
that was our lineman.
I'm going to say the last one out of there is Adamsack. 29, Antonio Williams, okay.
First and 10 for the Cowboys. At the Bandits 10.
So, once again, the Cowboys, well inside the red zone to start their drive.
Either that or he'll take it in himself.
Yep, Andrew Barnes.
Is it Barnes?
Standing back at the 15.
Yep.
And Renault will take it right up the middle. He'll get it down inside the 5-yard line. Or close to the 5-yard line. Let's see where he ends up to the spot here. Right on the 5. So second and goal for the Cowboys from the 5. Running time, 9:45 to go. Third quarter. Barnes takes the snap. Renault follows the line in. And is he in? Touchdown.
He just plowed in.
And the Cowboys getting together for their points after here. Looking to the sidelines.
Please, not another drop kick.
Excuse me. So we will try an extra point once again. Probably going to be a drop kick. They are counting the men up, and they are one short. Two short. I think so.
Drop kick,
and then that one's going, and it is
short.
Just a little short. And so at the 9.5 minute mark, well, actually with running time we're at 8:15. The Eau Claire Cowboys lead 54-0. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboys football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back to Simpson Field. Eau Claire Cowboys football. They lead 54-0 over the Central Wisconsin Bandits. And a short kick spinning around, and it is touched and dropped at the 25-yard line, went out of bounds.
20 or 19? 19-yard line.
So the Bandits will start there, 1st and 10. On their own 19-yard line, running time, quarter 3, 54-0. The Eau Claire Cowboys out in front of the Central Wisconsin Bandits. 2 weeks from today, it will be the Midwest Warriors here at Simpson Field, June 10th, Saturday. You can see it on NLWN 2 and hear it on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service as you are today. We're glad you joined us. Jay Falk teasing Rick Olson and Dan Petshaw up above on the camera. Yep, it's warm in the press box here and on the field at Simpson Field on this 80-plus degree day. But beautiful, I mean, nice and dry. Light winds. Nope. It hasn't been so beautiful for the Bandits. Kendrick Samuels is in the shotgun. One back behind him, or the pistol's hold. And he hands it off to Logan Mahard.
Lost a yard.
So the Bandits looking at second and 11. Now they're going from their own 19-yard line. $54-0. The Cowboys lead the Bandits. Running time, third quarter, approaching 5 minutes remaining. Again from the pistol. One back behind him and another off to the side. Actually, a receiver turned in. He drops back to throw, and he finds his receiver. That's Mitch Neitzel. And he will grab it at about the 34-yard line. Let's see where they mark his forward progress, probably up to the 30. So it's 3rd and 4 for the Central Wisconsin Bandits. 4.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. We are in running time. We have been since the second quarter. League allows that on a 35-point gap. From the pistol, Kendrick Samuels gets the snap, drops back to throw, dumps it over on the far side, gets it over the top of two intended receivers and nearly into the hands of one of the Cowboys. .350 and counting, third quarter. So Zane Bayer, okay. Kendrick Samuels gets a high snap, going to drop back, still looking to throw. He is in trouble and tries to dump the ball as he's going down, and the official blows it dead.
I think he's in the grass.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep, so the Cowboys are going to take over on downs. Down at the 19, 25. Okay. Join us Monday morning on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN TV as we bring you the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game between the 3-0 Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears from Carson Park. Proceeds from this game go to support the Adult Special Olympics Group 3-06. Coverage begins at 10:30 a.m. with the Dugout Show, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Memorial Day morning. Barnes from the shotgun gives it to the second back, the left back going through, and that is Williams, and fumbles, or that is Marquardt, yep, and Marquardt fumbled it. So the Bandits will take over on the Cowboys fumble at about the 17-yard line. Inside 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Cowboys up 54-0. Bandits going to make another attempt here, and they have just not been able to get anything going on offense today. And a lot of that can be contributed to the very stingy Eau Claire Cowboy defense. Excuse me. Kendrick Samuels back for the Bandits. Rudy Reiner will trot in there as well. Takes the snap, throws it to Reiner over on the near side. Swarmed on by about 3 Cowboys. He stopped at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah,
2, okay.
22, 23.
Yeah, actually got out to the 22. Yep. Cowboys awaiting the approach of the Bandits. Kendrick Samuels and company comes up. We're inside half a minute to go here in the third quarter. Running time. Sends 84 into motion. Dropping back is Kendricks, and he is swarmed. And the ball is taken away by 71 Zane Baer. That's his second touchdown of the day. So that's an 8-yard fumble return. So the Cowboys with everything on both sides of the ball today, and it's 60-0. And that was as time expired in the third quarter.
I swear to God, though, they go for another drop kick.
Well, let's keep it here. We'll find out very shortly. They're going to get that taken care of. Let's see who's going out there. I think, well, I'm looking to see if Barnes is out there.
I think that's Harry Dorsey.
Oh, okay. So Kari Dorsey is out there to lead the Cowboys to a 2-point conversion here as the third quarter has come to an end. After the conversion attempt, the third quarter will end.
That's Kari Dorsey.
Dorsey takes the snap, and he will hand it off to Anthony Marquardt, who gets it into the end zone for 2. And at the end of the third quarter, it is Eau Claire Cowboys 62 and the Central Wisconsin Bandits nothing. And you are watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Let NLWN 2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, June 10th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Midwest Warriors from Simpson Field on the UW-Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN 2 begins with Cowboy kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, June 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Cowboys back to kick again as they have extended their lead to 62-0. Cowboys in black with orange trimmed purple numbers. They're going from right to left as you look on your screen, and of course it's the Bandits in white. Black numbers going the other way and have not yet crossed the goal line with the Cowboys. We'll continue running time here, fourth quarter. And an end-over-end kick will be taken at the 20-yard line or 17-yard line. That is number 87? Or 37, okay, 37. And we have Cowboy down. 14:43 to go, fourth quarter. And we will take a break. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay? I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Let NLWN TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, Memorial Day, May 29th, when we will bring you the annual Billy Nas Memorial Game between the Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 10:35 a.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Memorial Day, May 29th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Yeah, we're back at Simpson Field, and one of the Cowboys still being attended to. And let's see there, it could potentially be Jordan Fonz. They're looking at him, Jordan Renault. And one thing in this league which is pretty awesome is that everybody goes down on a knee right where they are. He's being worked on, and he has not been moving very much. Let's take another break. We'll be back. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Great catch.
Fumble.
Kendrick Samuels gets it to 84, and he is brought down at about the 32-yard line. No, actually the 34-yard line. The injured player being tended to was Jordan Renault, who thankfully got up, was able to get up on his own power and even, smile to some of his teammates, but it is very unlikely we'll see him again in this ball game. Hendricks then throws to the left side this time, and the ball falls short to Neitzel. It's 3rd and 7 now. We have running time at Simpson Field. 4th quarter, Eau Claire Cowboys lead the Central Wisconsin Bandits by a margin of 62-0. Join us on Saturday, June 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN2 as we bring you the Cowboys as they host the Midwest Warriors from Simpson Field right here on the UW-Eau campus. Coverage begins at 3:30 with Cowboy kickoff, followed by live play-by-play action. And the Bandits talking a long time in their huddle, trying to find something that will work against the Cowboys. Very unbalanced line. 4 wideouts. Hendrick Samuels will throw it over the middle, and it is nearly picked off by number 55. That's Caden Smith. Caden Smith had it at midfield and it fell out. So that brings up 4th and long for the Cowboys, about 7. Time's running, 4th quarter, 11:40 to go in today's ballgame. Brian Pino, the interim head coach today. Fred Hoversholm still recovering from a sideline hit after the play was done in the 4th quarter last week. He's resting well and enjoying the game and healing up. And the punt by the Bandits, a decent one, is going to take a Bandit bounce and keep bouncing all the way back to the 5-yard line, and it's picked up. And running back with it is Zane Bayer, and Bayer's made a lot happen again today. He's out to the 30, 35, 40. Bayer is still running. He's at midfield. Bayer finally dragged, well, not yet, dragged down at the Bandits' 46. Yard return on the play, which has been great. You know, Zane having a great game along with several of his other teammates here. 62-0, approaching the 10-minute mark in the ball game, 4th quarter. Join us Monday morning on the Northern Light Webcasting audio service and NLWN TV as we bring you the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game between the undefeated Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears from Carson Park. Proceeds from this game go to support Adult Special Olympics Group 3-06. Coverage begins at 10:30 a.m. with the Dugout Show, followed by live play-by-play action. 9:45 left to go in the ball game. Running time, Eau Claire Cowboys 62-0 shutout lead over the Eau Claire, or the Central Wisconsin Bandits. And Kari Dorsey, the quarterback now, handed the ball off to Ujay Wilkerson, and Wilkerson is bringing a whole bunch of Bandits with him down to the 30. So a big run for Wilkerson down to the 30.
That's why they call him Sugar. That and the fact that he drinks maybe a cup of coffee with, I don't know, 10 teaspoons of... Yeah.
Just to take some of the sweetness off.
Yeah.
Dorsey in the pistol. Hands the ball off, sweeping around the near side, and is pushed out of bounds at the 12-yard line. That is Noah Height, 30? 30? So now they're getting some different players at different positions than they normally might. And he had a nice run, took it down inside the 15. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the 14. 8 minutes left in the ball game. 62-0 is the score. beautiful, warm Saturday evening at Simpson Field. Cowboys dominating. Dorsey, back split to his side. This time he hands it off to Marquardt. Marquardt around the right side, makes a cut, gets down close to the goal line. Let's see, I think he's probably about as close as you can get. I think they're going to mark it at the wall. First and goal for the Cowboys. Approaching the 7-minute mark remaining, fourth quarter. We've been in running time since the second quarter. All Cowboys today. Dorsey in the pistol with his backs behind him. Takes the snap, gives it to Marquardt. And Marquardt takes it in. 6:30 to go in the fourth quarter. And the Cowboys getting ready to attempt two. And Carly Dorsey comes in with the plan from the sidelines. And Dorsey is in. He is going to go. From the pistol. We've got a big 50 in the backfield here. Don't get the other number yet. Dorsey takes the snap.
Yeah, I think
and hands the ball off to Noah Hayden. And Hayden takes it in for 2. So we have 5:15 and counting, fourth quarter. The score, the Eau Claire Cowboys 70, the Central Wisconsin Bandits nothing. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboys football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that.
Actually, a pretty important touchdown.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why is my Facebook? Yeah. I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Now set for the kickoff for the Eau Claire Cowboys. Coming up on the 4-minute mark here. We've had running time since the second quarter as the Cowboys dominating 70-0 over the Central Wisconsin Bandits. And kick will bounce at the 20-yard line, and it will actually take a Cowboys bounce back to the 17-yard line. And landing on it for the Bandits, Jeremy Ritz. So the Cowboys or the Bandits will start there. 1st and 10. 3. You got to get down here for an Eau Claire Cowboys home game. Creativity abounds all over. If the roster's missing a number, well, he'll get a potentially Hall of Fame name. Approaching 3 minutes to go. And the Cowboys down, or the Bandits down by 70, not in an extreme hurry to try to close the gap here. Kendrick Samuels, the quarterback, and he'll hand the ball off to, well, actually, Logan Mahard was the ball carrier. Just tried to go off left tackle and push the ball up to about the 17. We're approaching the 2-minute warning where the clock will stop, and let's see if we'll see what the Bandits want to do with that. Kendrick Samuels, one hand grabs the snap, scurrying around in the backfield in trouble, and he ends up being tripped up at the 15-yard line, and he fell on the front of his helmet.
I heard that thump all the way up here. He is not getting it.
No, a minute 50 remaining, so we are at the 2-minute warning where the clock will stop as they attend to injured Kendrick Samuels. You are watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
Hi, yeah, okay. Welcome back. Minute 50 to go in the ball game. We're at the 2-minute warning. 70-0, and now the referee starts the clock once again. And the Bandits back talking as we're approaching a minute and a half left. Cowboys back in action 2 weeks from today right here at Simpson Field. They host the Midwest Warriors. 3:30 is the start of our coverage with Cowboy Kickoff, and you can hear it on Northern Light Webcasting audio service and see it on NLWN 2 as you're doing today. Ball snap back to the quarterback, who ends up just landing on it. That is number 1. Who is number 1?
Tommy Kramer?
Yeah, maybe. So we're looking at about a play to go here as there are 40 seconds and counting, as you can see on the clock. Fourth quarter.
We'll just call him Lynn Dickey.
You don't want to miss this creativity abounding. Get yourself to the Cowboys home game 2 weeks ago. "12 seconds left. Quarterback number 1 is not even going to snap well, and that's the end of the ball game. So the final score here today: the Eau Claire Cowboys 70, the Central Wisconsin Bandits 0. So that pushes the Cowboys record up to 3 wins and 1 loss, and it's 1-3 for the Central Wisconsin Bandits. We now invite you to stay tuned for our post-game programming coming your way next here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Been tuned to Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Yep, thanks.
This has been presented for the private enjoyment of our audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in any form without the express written consent of the Eau Claire Cowboys football team and the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC is strictly prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Cowboy Roundup with a look at today's Cowboy game.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract
3 blocks
you.
away.
Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that can start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
All right.
Time now.
I'll run through the score. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
With a look back at at the end of the first. Second quarter, just one score for the Cowboys, but time was running. They didn't need any more to keep things going. After Vic Brady of the Bandits fumbled a 33-yard Hunter Stewart run with a failed drop kick after that, and about 9 minutes to go in the first half made it 48-0. Third quarter scoring started at about the 5.5-minute mark. Andrew Renault ran in from 5 yards out. Drop kick did not go, and it was 54-0. Zane Bayer then, as time ran out in the third quarter, ran in from 8 yards. And Marquardt went in for a 2-yard point after two-point conversion afterwards, and it was 62-0 after that. 1 yard run by Marquardt, 6.5 minutes in the fourth, and the Hayden run gave us our final of 70-0. Joining us now, Brian Pino, the interim head coach, today's head coach, and you got a big one here on your first crack at interim.
Yeah, the guys actually came together really well, especially considering the injury to Coach Fred last week. Honestly, I couldn't be happier. The easiest thing about a win like this is it erases all the problems that we think we have. The hardest part is kind of teaching the smaller things, getting them to learn from anything that they've done, because you think you have mistakes or you think you're doing really well because the score is so lopsided, but there are mistakes that need to be corrected.
What sort of things were you looking at that were causing issues?
Well, we're instituting kind of a new offense, and there's a growth process that goes along with that. Our defense is stellar, quite frankly, so we can lean on them and allow the offense an opportunity to get together and learn their terminology and the proper route techniques and route combinations, and they will be better. Quite frankly, they will be better.
Your guys, very, very versatile on both sides of the ball. Defense just swarming. I mean, there was a pack of Cowboys there anytime, the Bandits tried to do something. And on offense, you've got different men, doing different things than they may be listed on the roster and doing them well.
We are absolutely surprised at some of the athletes that we've seen that we didn't anticipate them having quite the impact that they did. Defensively, we have just a wolf pack. We call ourselves the dark side, and they live up to the terminology. They really bring the darkness, and they pick each other up. It's almost, quite frankly, we don't have to do much coaching anymore, and very little play calling. They are able to pick up on the offensive tendencies and make adjustments almost without the coaches. The offense will eventually, get that good. Just have to allow Bob Brown, the new offensive coordinator, to do his magic, do his thing, and that will eventually allow them to, kind of adjust on the fly and do the same thing the defense is able to do right now.
Okay, so you're off next week, the Cowboys are, but then coming in, the Midwest Warriors. What do you expect in that game?
I don't expect the same score.
Yeah.
You count your lucky stars if you get an opportunity like this. I just want a good competitive game. I want our defense to maintain the intensity that they're having, and I want the offense to show growth and more versatility, more versatility, being able to attack various stages within the defensive secondary and the defensive front, and take care of any mistakes that the defense might have.
So another great game, and we appreciate you coming up, Brian, and congratulations on this one, and we look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate everything, honestly.
All right. Thank you. We will take a break, and we will be back to wrap it up with the stats. You're watching Eau Claire Cowboy football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Let NLWN 2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, June 10th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Midwest Warriors from Simpson Field on the UW-Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN 2 begins with Cowboy kickoff at 3:35 p.m.
All right,
that's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, June 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Yes.
Let NLWN TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, Memorial Day, May 29th, when we will bring you the annual Billy Nas Memorial Game between the Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 10:35 a.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Memorial Day, May 29th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Have a good Memorial Day weekend.
You've been tuned to Cowboy Roundup, with a look back at today's Eau Claire Cowboys game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.